was surprising when CW announced that they would be putting together their own connected universe of DC properties in addition to the 52 series based on the Green Arrow. This announcement had left fans wondering what they were up to, but our curiosity was satisfied with the release of Arrow. Though Arrow marked the beginning of this cinematic craze, The Flash quickly became the most popular show amongst the others. The Flash has, over the past 6 seasons, hit impressive heights, and you would agree that the show has come a long way. It is the oldest show within the Arrowverse, and though the events within the series are considered incredible, what happens off-screen is even more remarkable and entertaining. Hello and welcome yet to another exciting episode. Today we would be taking you behind the scenes of fans' favorite, The Flash. Here are some of the secrets that happen behind the scenes that you never knew about. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with the notifications on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. This series was led by Grant Gustin, follows the growth of Barry Allen as The Flash. The story looks into both his struggles with relationships as well as with supervillains. Though in its 6th season, The Flash is showing no signs of stopping. From the casting to inside jokes, here are some of the behind-the-scenes secrets of The Flash. Arrow begat The Flash. It is not uncommon for the CW to trial a character in another show before granting them their own spin-off series. However, The Flash was the very first show to start off that way. Earlier in one of the Arrow's episodes, Barry Allen was featured, and at that point in time, The Flash had not taken form. In fact, there were no episodes written or planned. It was the popularity of Grant Gustin's Flash on Arrow that kick-started the show. The Flash already had fans even before he had a story. Actors became directors. The Arrowverse was a big universe, which quickly formed a sort of community behind the scenes. As much as they were just characters, there was also a great bond among them. It was really exciting to watch these actors slowly be given more responsibilities, such as directing. Danielle Panabaker and Tom Cavanaugh have both been saddled with the responsibility of directing some highly memorable episodes. Tom Cavanaugh, who portrays Reverse Flash / Harry, directed 3 episodes, while Danielle Panabaker, who portrays Caitlin, directed 2 episodes. We look forward to seeing these cast members working as directors of other movies outside of The Flash. It would be interesting to watch, don't you think? Iris West Allen's wedding dress. During the Crisis on Earth X crossover event in the 4th season of The Flash, Barry and Iris finally got married. In an attempt to go a little deeper into their portrayal of realism and true emotions for the actors in the scene, Candace Penn was given the chance to pick out her character's wedding dress. She portrays Iris West in the movie, and it's only natural that the bride picks her wedding dress. She flew all the way to Monique Lhuillier in Los Angeles in order to get the perfect wedding dress. The number 52, Easter egg in comic books especially, have become hugely popular. These little hidden nods and images owes its prevalence partly to Marvel, but The Flash has its fair share of hard-to-spot Easter eggs. The number 52 is a big deal to the DC Universe, particularly because of the New 52 run. To pay respect to this, the number 52 is hidden somewhere in every episode in the 1st season of The Flash. It will take some attentive eyes and several days worth of binging to spot them all. News comics. Just like all of the shows in the CW's Arrowverse that is based upon long-standing comic books, The Flash is, of course, no different. And just like the other shows in the Arrowverse, The Flash takes a fair amount of liberties with its source material. Perhaps this, together with the popularity of the show, contributed to the creation of a brand new Flash comic book series, which serves as a counterpart to the show. You would agree that it is always fascinating when art can get caught in a loop of sorts. The Flash was popular enough to get its own comic mini-series in which the characters of the TV show's version are used. They proved a worthwhile experiment, as these series were dubbed Season 0, and the story was meant to fill in the gaps pre-series. There is such a thing as Zooping. One of the fascinating things about the production of The Flash is how they were able to capture the lightning streaks that speedsters generate. The Flash's version of these colorful streaks is arguably much better in terms of cinematic beauty when compared to what we saw in Justice League. The effect of blurring through a shot and sending papers flying into the air amidst a stream of redlining soon became a trademark for the show. This act was given a name by cast and crew members of the series. It's called Zooping. So next time you want to describe something that moves like the Flash, just say Zooping. Shui is a reference to Batman Beyond. In the 5th season of The Flash, Nora, a character for the future, appeared. One of the languages brought to the future was the word Shui, which simply means cool. It was indeed cool to hear her say that, but not many of you know that the word actually originated on another series, Batman Beyond, which was set in the future. Batman Beyond followed the adventures of a retired Bruce Wayne as he trained the next generation version of the Caped Crusader. The word is truly from the future when you think about it. Isn't that Shui? I think it is. Ezra Miller. Dawn of Justice. Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was a sequel to Batman vs. Superman, served as the first time we would get to see Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Superman, Aquaman, and The Flash together on the big screen. Though this film only came out 3 years after The Flash first premiered, Grant Gustin, who perfectly embodies Barry Allen, was not considered for the role. This is because DC wanted to keep the DCEU separated from the DC DCU. Grant Gustin was not the one who got upset over this casting call. In fact, his occasional co-star Stephen Amell, who portrays Oliver Queen. Stephen Amell stated that the way Warner Bros. Announced the slate of DC movies could have been handled better. Notwithstanding, he stated that he was sure Ezra Miller would do a good job. The actor later appeared in an episode of Flash alongside Gustin. Grant Gustin in Arrow. You may not know this, but Grant Gustin was once cast to be on Arrow. He was supposed to play the role of Royce Harper, who was Theo Queen's boyfriend during the first season of Arrow. Roy Harper eventually became the villain Arsenal. If he had been cast for the role in Arrow, it would have been weird considering the fact that Grant Gustin portrays Barry Allen perfectly and Colton Haynes portrays Roy exceptionally well. The backup plan. The Arrowverse is now home to half a dozen shows, including Arrow, Supergirl, Black Lightning, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Batwoman. But before the entire Arrowverse had been properly constructed and so successful, the earlier spin-offs had built-in contingency plans. If The Flash had met with failure during its first season, it was planned that Grant Gustin, who portrays Barry Allen, would just become a series regular on Arrow. If that had happened, Team Arrow would have included Oliver, Felicity, Dig, and Barry, and this would have drastically shifted the dynamics of the show. In all, we are glad that this did not have to happen, and that for many reasons. The Flash's suit gets a complete makeover every season. Over the years, it is not unusual for superheroes and villains to receive makeovers for their costumes as comics grow and evolve. In order to add some authenticity to the Flash's universe, interesting things took place. Barry's costume received some sort of upgrade each season. This trend began after the episode Flash vs. Arrow, with each new iteration becoming slightly more comic accurate. Extra lengths were taken to hide the Reverse Flash's identity. Many fans of The Flash believe that the Reverse Flash arc is one of the show's most satisfying and interesting storylines. A major reason why this villain works so well is because the show found a way to successfully keep Reverse Flash's identity a secret. The show went to extensive extra lengths to keep this secret hidden. The show even filmed the reveal in The Man in the Yellow Suit with a stunt double in order to keep the identity from leaking. Barry Allen could have been played by a villain. It is interesting and crazy how the changing of one actor could cause a domino effect on other castings. Generally speaking, alternate casting scenarios are always interesting to think about. Hartley Rathaway, also known as the villain Pied Piper, also portrayed by Andy Minus, auditioned to be Barry Allen. He made it far in the process and impressed producers enough to the extent that he was cast for another role. The hint at the Green Lantern. You would agree that the series final of Arrow caused a big stir. This is particularly true when you remembered it heavily alludes to Green Arrow. However, long before this time, The Flash has been dropping in references to the cosmic DC superhero. The series makes nods to Ferris Air. The series even made reference to how one of their test pilots has mysteriously disappeared during a flight. If there was a trophy for giving hints, The Flash takes the crown. And with that, we have come to the conclusion of today's episode. Be sure to join us again for yet another exciting episode. Make sure you subscribe to our channel before you go and see on your notification bell. That way you get first-hand notifications whenever we upload a new video. Also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends. If you have more behind-the-scenes secrets that you might want to share with us, drop them in the comment section and let us know what your opinion is. Till next time, bye-bye.